السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا بكم طلبة وطالبات الصف الثالث الإعدادي على قناة ايزي انجلش. النهارده هنكمل مع بعض الريفيجن بتاعتنا. احنا راجعنا في الجزء اللي فات يونت نمبر 1 and يونت نمبر 2. هسيب لكم هتلاقوا الفيديو موجود على علامة الاي موجودة في أعلى الفيديو. النهارده هنكمل مع بعض يونت نمبر 3 and نمبر 4، وتابعوا القناة عشان هنعرض بقية المراجعة بتاعتنا. عندي نوت question number 1. طبعا عندي أول سؤال عندي بيبقى الديالوج. يقول لي finish the following dialogue. ناجي meets Sally for the first time. يبقى بيتقابلوا الأول إيه؟ مرة. Sally, hello, my name is Sally. What's your name? يبقى طبعا هو اسمه إيه؟ ناجي. يبقى ممكن هيقول I am ناجي أو my name is ناجي. يبقى I am ناجي. قال له nice to meet you. يبقى to. طبعا هنا to يبقى ده رد على حاجه، يبقى هنا هيرد الاول هيحييها هيقول له nice to meet you، فرد تحته قال له nice to meet you too. عندي هنا question قال له I am from طنطا. I am from طنطا يبقى انا هنسال على طنطا، يبقى هنسال where. I am هنعمل ما بينهم cross. am هتتحول الى r، I هتتحول الى you، يبقى where are you from. قال له طنطا، سأله سؤال قال له I am here because I study at عين شمس University. يبقى طبعا هنسأل why وكل ده هيتشال. يبقى why I am زي ما قلنا برضه هتتحول إلى are you. يبقى why are you here. يبقى أنت من طنطا، ما أنت تعمل إيه هنا؟ Why are you here? That's very interesting. That's very interesting. فرد سأله سؤال تاني قال له I am from Giza but I work in Cairo. أنا بقى من الجيزة وبشتغل في القاهرة. يبقى what about you? What about you? وماذا عنك؟ Number 2. Shadi is meeting Raouf after a long time. Hello? Hello Raouf. How are you doing? كيف أحوالك؟ Fine. I have just returned from the USA. أنا لسه راجع من USA. سأل سؤال قال له I am good. أنا كمان كويس. Thanks. يبقى هنا هيقول له إيه؟ And you. وأنت. Or what about you? How was your trip? How was your trip? How was your trip؟ يبقى أنا بجاوب adjective. يبقى طبعا your trip بتاخد البروناون it. يبقى ممكن أقول له it was great. It was great. كانت رائعة. I have some business interests in the USA. عندي بعض الأعمال في USA. I see. سأل سؤال قال له yes, I have been to the USA a few times. طيب هنا yes I have يبقى have إيه؟ هعمل cross على طول. يبقى have you been to the USA before? Have you been to the USA before? Yes, I have been to the USA a few times. Actually, this was my third trip this year. Have you met interesting people during your trip? هل قابلت interesting people؟ يبقى yes, I have. It was a great experience. يعني كانت تجربة رائعة. Your sister lives in the USA, right? يعني أختك عايشة في USA, right? Did you visit her? And she lives in Hawaii. يبقى طبعا هتبقى إيه؟ No, I didn't. She lives in Hawaii. عندي السؤال الفوكاب choose. It's important to have streets. طبعا من المهم انك ايه يكون عندك dangerous streets يعني خطر، safe, noisy, bad. طبعا bad يعني سيء. طبعا مش المهم ان يبقى عندك شوارع سيئة ولا شوارع صاخبة. يبقى طبعا عندي safe street. Buses, cars and trains are different kind of. كل دي هي عبارة عن ايه؟ عبارة عن transport يعني مواصلات. There is an interesting about community projects in the newspaper. طيب في newspaper هيبقى فيه article اللي هو الايه؟ المقال. There are a lot of new projects. يوجد كثير من new projects in our community. Dangerous community يعني في مشاريع كبيرة في مجتمعنا الخطر، ولا في اللوكال أو المحلي، eventual or planned. طبعا عندي local community. طبعا local community اللي هي ايه؟ المجتمع المحلي. The new project is going to make in our community. يبقى is going to make a difference in our community. Our teachers always ask to study well. يبقى التيتشرز هيعملوا ايه؟ do, encourage, show, make. طبعا الانسر encourage بمعنى ايه؟ يشجعوا. يبقى مدرسينا دايما بيشجعونا to study well. A is a small area and the people who lives in it. The small area الناس اللي عايشة جواها، يبقى this is community. My mother likes to buy her needs from the shops in our town. يبقى بتشتري احتياجاتها from the dirty shops, local shops, nearly. طبعا nearly مش nearby. nearly يعني حوالي أو تقريبا. وplant اللي هي النباتات. هو طبعا from the local shop. We should all have opportunities in our community. طبعا احنا لازم يكون عندنا ايه؟ فرص متساوية. يبقى دي اللي هي equal opportunities. Disabled people use chairs. Disabled people اللي هم الغير قادرين أو اللي هم المعاقين، يبقى دول بيستخدموا wheel chairs اللي هي الكرسي ايه؟ متحرك. There are a lot of local that help the elderly people. There are a lot of local aid that help the elderly people. بتساعد المسنين. يبقى طبعا دي facilities, parks, events ولا transport. طبعا دي اللي هي الفاسيلتيز، والفاسيلتيز اللي هي التسهيلات أو المرافق. They are making a lot of plans too. يعني بيعملوا كثير من الخطط to the facilities. عشان يعملوا إيه؟ في المرافق دي يطوروها وإيه؟ يبقى to grow ولا produce, improve, deliver. طبعا الانسر to improve عشان يطور. There are a lot of activities such as swimming and other sports. طيب دي كلها عبارة عن ايه؟ عبارة عن leisure activities. يعني ايه leisure activities؟ يعني أنشطة ترفيهية. أنشطة ترفيهية. Means to make people do things by giving them support. انك تخلي الناس تعمل حاجة by giving them support. يبقى ده طبعا encourage. طبعا ما هياش help. We can make our streets safer. ممكن نخلي الشوارع بتاعتنا أأمن by putting up new. بإن أنا أضع أو أعلق new signs, street lights, pavements, plants. طبعا هنعلق ستريت لايتس ومحدش يقول لي نعلق بيفمنتس عشان احنا مش هنحط بيفمنتس، مش هنعلقوها. They are the problem at the next community meeting. Fighting, heading, discussing, meeting. طبعا هم هيعملوا ايه اللي بيقول لي سوف يقوموا بايه المشكله في الاجتماع القادم او اجتماع المجتمع القادم. يبقى هو طبعا هيناقشوا او they are discussing. Children have the right to have better, so new schools are being built in village. طبعا schools يبقى ده مرتبط بالeducation. طبعا الأسئلة دي هي كلها من كتاب الاكتيفيتي ومن كتاب الستودنت بوك. فيا ريت ندعم الفيديو بلايك وشير ونفعل الجرس ونشترك في القناة لو لسه مش اشتركناش. لازم نقدر المجهود اللي اتعمل في المذكرات. اوكي؟ Number 18, to means to take something to somebody's home. انك تاخد حاجه لبيت حد يبقى طبعا دي to deliver. طبعا دي من التعريفات. There are lots of for young people. There are lots of for young people such as volleyball and tennis. طبعا دي عباره عن ايه؟ طبعا sports. The Life Initiative is a great community project. طبعا الكوميونتي بروجكت ده اسمه ايه؟ Decent Life Initiative اللي هي مبادرة حياة كريمة. I have lots of friends in my neighbor. يعني عندي كثير من الأصدقاء في جاري ولا في الحي بتاعي يبقى ايه؟ طبعا in my neighborhood. The Decent Life Initiative helped people to their houses. هي ساعدت الناس انها تعمل ايه في البيوت بتاعتها؟ Destroy تدمرها، prepare تجهزها، repair تصلحها، sell تبيعها. وطبعا answer is repair. Young people are to find out about the new business opportunities. يبقى طبعا are encouraged about يبقى بيتشجعوا to find out about the new business opportunities ان هم يبحثوا ويكتشفوا الاعمال او فرص الاعمال الجديده. Making a means have a good effect on a person. طبعا دي making a difference. انك تعمل اختلاف يبقى لك تأثير جيد على مكان او على situation او على شخص. Number 25, electricity and water. Electricity and water are examples of public. طبعا electricity water دي خدمات يبقى are public ايه؟ service. يعني ايه بقى public service؟ يعني خدمات عامة. We find out about community projects on the social service. طبعا كله هيقول لي social media. لا مفيش حاجة اسمها بقى social، مش هتبقى social media service. هي social network service اللي هي شبكة الخدمات المجتمعية. The teacher will put a message about the new art class طبعا on the notice board. هيحط الورقة على النوتس ايه؟ النوتس board. My grandfather likes to sit in the park and watch the birds. طب هيقعد في البارك على ايه؟ pavement, bench, street, bank طبعا on the bench. I volunteered to help clean the walls of the museum. هيشيل ايه؟ طبعا الجرافيتي. عندنا number 30 قلنا I read an interesting about a new museum. طب قريت يبقى قريت ايه؟ leaf, leaflet, part, leaves. طبعا نقرا الليفلت اللي هو المنشور السياحي. Tourists are always pleased by of the Egyptians. طبعا هم دايما مبسوطين بايه؟ بالkindness of the Egyptian اللي هو اللطف بتاعهم. It was a sunny day, so we were surprised by the sudden in the forest. طبعا sudden darkness in the forest. Ahmed is not at school today as he is يبقى as he is طبعا ill. وهنا as لأنه. I don't like the taste of chocolate. طبعا ده هيبقى the sweet taste of chocolate اللي هو الطعم المعسل أو المسكر of the chocolate. I like the of chocolate. It makes me relax. طبعا هنا في the يبقى أنا عندي هنا noun يبقى not the adjective. يبقى I like the sweetness of the chocolate. Tarik's English is very. طيب very هتيجي قبل الصفة أو قبل الحال. طيب فين الصفة هنا؟ weak وsweet. بس دي sweet مش sweet. يبقى ولا واحدة فيهم. يبقى طبعا Tarik's English is weak. Adul's made him unable to work. يبقى Adul's weakness ضعفه بقى made him unable to work. My friend didn't have any money, so I for his ticket. طبعا so I paid وpaid بمعنى دفعت ثمن التذكرة. We have a new he is a new student from Lebanon who is studying here. His room is next to mine. طبعا ده اللي هو اللوجر اللي هو مستأجر غرفة. طبعا عندي التننت اللي هو مستأجر للبيت. When we arrived at my grandparents' house, they came to us. يبقى أول ما وصلنا طلعوا عشان إيه؟ يسلموا علينا. يبقى طبعا to greet us. I like to myself. I am Miss Amal. يبقى أنا عايزة أقدم نفسي. I'd like to introduce myself. هنا to meet you طبعا هي الأنسر pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you أو nice to meet you. We usually use languages with people we don't know. الناس اللي أنا ما أعرفهاش يبقى هستخدم معاها إيه؟ formal language. We usually use language with family and friends. يبقى هستخدم مع family and friends informal language أو اللغة الغير رسمية. عندي السينونيم and الأنتونيم والsuffix والprefix. Near is the antonym of. Near is the antonym of. طيب near يعني قريب فهي الأنتونيم of remote. Near and close are near وقريب. near يعني قريب وclose يعني قريب. يبقى are opposites ولا different antonym ولا synonym. يبقى طبعا are synonyms. The antonym of strange. strange يعني غريب. normal يعني عادي أو طبيعي. abnormal يبقى غير طبيعي أو غير عادي. unusual غير معتاد. difficult يعني صعب. طبعا يبقى الopposite is normal. has the same meaning of upset. طبعا اللي ليها نفس معنى upset هي disappoint. To give the opposite of the word usual يبقى we add the prefix طبعا unusual. The noun health can be an adjective by adding طبعا y يبقى healthy يعني صحي. Well is the opposite of طبعا ill. Kind is the same meaning of friendly. يبقى kind هي بنفس معنى friendly. Means to say hello to someone. انك تقول ايه hello to someone. يبقى دي معناها ايه؟ طبعا greet. وجريت اللي هي بدبل ايه؟ دبل اي. We add the suffix ness to the word weak اللي هي weakness to form a or n. weakness دي هي ايه؟ طبعا هي noun. اي صفة تحط لها المقطع نس هتتحول الى الnoun. To form the opposite of pleasant. To form the opposite of pleasant we add the prefix طبعا ايه؟ unpleasant. Right is the synonym of correct. يبقى right هي نفس المعنى ايه؟ correct. Local is the same meaning as the word. local يعني محلي يبقى هو زي national. To form the adjective from the verb amaze we add the suffix طبعا ing اللي هي amazing. We add that to the end of the verb used to get the adjective. يبقى طبعا ايه؟ استخدم useful. The palace has attractive garden. The word attractive can be replaced by طبعا beautiful. The pyramids are very famous. They are طبعا famous بمعنى well known. هننتقل لسؤال الجرامر. بيقول لي complete the correct form of the words in brackets. Where this start a project next year. طبعا عندي هنا are يبقى هنضيف للverb ing. يبقى we are starting. We are starting. They discuss the problem at the next meeting, a community meeting. يبقى برضو عندي هنا ده plan للمستقبل أو sorry arrangement. يبقى are discussing. The plan sorry is exciting. طبعا أنا بوصف هنا البلان يبقى is exciting. villagers are excited about the new community project. طبعا villagers يبقى excited، هم متحمسين بخصوص المشروع الجديد. I was disappointed when I heard that the community center was closing. طبعا هنا disappoint يبقى هتبقى ايه؟ disappointed. هتحط لها ايه؟ ed. I was very surprised to find all my friends waiting for me at home. طبعا برضو بوصف الشعور يبقى surprised. I was very surprised. The government built a new school in our village next year. دي طبعا خطة موضوعة للمستقبل، والخطط بتاعت الحكومة دي فيها arranged، يعني دي كلها arranged. يبقى طبعا the government is building. عشان الحكومة مفرد is building. The school put up new lights in the playground to improve it. برضه هتبقى is putting، لأن دي كلها إجراءات هتتعمل في المستقبل. That is very interesting building. طبعا أنا بوصف البيلدينج يبقى very interesting building. And the fly ing. The book was really poor and I didn't finish reading it. يبقى boring حتى لو ing بعد حذف الإي. Today's math lesson was interesting. I learned a lot. طبعا برضه بنوصف الدرس يبقى interesting. The walk over the mountain was beautiful but it was tiring. يبقى it was tiring. The tourists were surprised to see snow on the pyramids. يبقى were surprised. The museum is amazing. There are so many old things. يبقى were amazing. Is amazing. Wael is interested. He lives on a boat. يبقى he is interesting. هو بني آدم. هنا بقى مش بوصف، أنا بوصف تامر، مش بوصف مشاعر. We go to paint the walls that are covered with graffiti and posters. يبقى we are طبعا عندي هنا to paint، يبقى هنا we are going to. What are we برضو going to do about the problem? The streets going be closed. يبقى the streets are going to be closed. How are you going to encourage؟ طبعا to وراها infinitive يبقى هنحذف الايه؟ ed. يبقى encourage. A famous architect is going to برضو هنا talk، ده هتبقى مصدر اللي هي talk. يبقى a famous architect is going to talk at the museum at 4 p.m. The Shakespeare's play King Lear يبقى مسرحية شكسبير King Lear going be at the theater at 6 p.m. طبعا ده خلاص ده future يبقى is going to be. Is going to be. It's cloudy. It will rain. It's cloudy. It will rain. طبعا هنا في دليل يبقى it is going to. My mother's intention is to help me study. My mother's intention is to help me study. يبقى she explain the lesson to me. طبعا دي نية يبقى she's going to explain the lesson to me. Ali decided to paint his flat. هو decided خلاص قرر يبقى دي intention يبقى he is going to call a bento. I open the window. It's hot. ده دلوقتي الجو حر هفتح الشباك فده قرار فوري يبقى ده هياخد well. I will open the window. It's hot. Shall not go outside tomorrow. يبقى هنا دي برضو ليلة. يبقى is not going outside tomorrow. هي خلاص مخطط. He drive to Alexandria next week. It's already arranged. خلاص دي arranged برضو. يبقى ايه؟ He is driving. I was exciting about the film. يبقى تبقى excited. Watch out, you will fall. طبعا هنا في دليل يبقى you are going to fall. I go to Adam's party. It's my intention. يبقى intention دي اللي هي نيتي. يبقى I am going to go. I am going to go. ده كده unit number 3. هنكمل مع بعض unit number 4. unit number 4 طبعا اللي هو كان بيتكلم عن ال present perfect. Finish the following dialogue. I'm going to tell you about a bad thing that happened to me. هحكي لك على حاجة وحشة حصلت لي. فهيقول له إيه؟ What happened? Well, what's the matter? قال له I broke my leg during the football match. كسرت رجلي أثناء الفوتبول ماتش. يبقى يقول له إيه؟ قال له that happened 3 years ago. يبقى when؟ طبعا عندي هنا happened في الباست. هنحذف الإي دي ونحط did. وبعدين هاخد الجملة من أولها. يبقى when did that happen? When did that happen? قال له it happened 3 years ago. قال were you badly hurt؟ هل اتصبت إصابة بالغة؟ فقال له the doctor told me not to move for 3 months. طلب مني ما اتحركش لمدة 3 months. يبقى هنا هيقول له إيه؟ يبقى قال له were you badly hurt؟ يبقى يقول له yes I am. أو yes I was. عشان هو بيكحت في الباس. قال له how did you feel about that؟ كان إيه شعورك؟ طب هنا هو طبعا قال له إن أنا طلب مني فهيقول له إيه؟ oh dear. أو how terrible. If I were you I wouldn't play football again. لو أنا في مكانك مش هلعب. طبعا هنا قال له إيه؟ how did you feel about that؟ يبقى طبعا I was very upset. I was very upset. يعني أنا كنت متضايق إيه؟ جدا. Number 2. Salma, how long have you lived in your house أو in this house؟ فردت عليها قالت لها since you were born. يبقى هنا الإجابة هتقول لها إيه؟ يبقى since I was born أو I have lived in this house since I was born. Since you were born فسألتها قالت لها I was born in 1987. يبقى طبعا هتسألها بإيه؟ when I was هتعمل cross. was هتتحول إلى where و I هتتحول إلى you. يبقى when were you born? Yes I am the oldest in my family. طبعا في yes يبقى هنعمل cross. I am هتتحول إلى are. I هتتحول إلى you. يبقى are you هنقل الجملة بقى كلها. Are you the oldest in؟ خد بالك ما تكتبش my. هتبقى in إيه؟ your family. What exciting things have you done in your life؟ إيه الحاجات المثيرة اللي عملتها في حياتك؟ فقال لي to Jordan. يبقى رحت عملت إيه؟ رحت جاردن. يبقى هنقول مثلا I've been to Jordan أو I have traveled to Jordan I have visited بس لا مش هتنفع visited عشان to. What's your favorite sport? I love handball. When did you start playing it? امتى بديت؟ ممكن اقول when I was 10. When I was 10. Choose the correct answer. Is to find out new information about something. انك تلاقي معلومات جديدة about something. يبقى طبعا this is a discover. Is a water sport which you swim with your head underwater using special equipment. ما دام your head underwater يبقى this not. Diving by only مثلا a water sport in which you dive deep into the sea or ocean. A or N is something that happens to you that happens in your life. حاجة حصلت لك في حياتك. Experiment, experience, orphanage, skill. طبعا هتبقى الاكسبيرينس اللي هي الخبرة الحياتية. Ali has no parents, so he lives in A or N. طبعا orphanage. A or N is a long narrow boat for 1 or 2 people. طبعا ده اللي هو الايه؟ canoe. I love chess, so I a chess club in my village. يبقى طبعا so I join. To means to walk or drive behind someone. يبقى طبعا دي to follow. To make an adjective. To make an adjective from the word China, we add the prefix طبعا is or Chinese. The word a and fail are antonyms. fail antonyms طبعا مضاد أو عكس بعض أو opposite. يبقى ايه؟ fail and pass. The word awake is the antonym of the word طبعا asleep. I understand what you mean. You can form the opposite of the word understand by adding the suffix طبعا misunderstand. Which suffix can be added to the word here head to mean a pain in the head. عشان يعني pain in the head يبقى طبعا am. He is swimming now. The word swimming is am. لأن هو دلوقتي بيعوم. The word swimming هنا is a or an. Noun, adjective, verb, adverb. طبعا هم يسبحون فدي verb. The adjective noisy has the same meaning as. كلمة noisy ايه نفس المعنى بتاعها؟ طبعا loud. He came first in the English ايه؟ طبعا competition. يبقى هو جه المركز الأول في الإنجليش competition. هالة notes during the interview. يبقى هالة made notes. There is an excellent student. She is an excellent student. She always achieves good A طبعا good results. دايما بتحقق نتائج جيدة. A or an is made of pieces of wood that are put together to float in water. قطع من الخشب بتتربط مع بعضها عشان تطفو على المية and this is a raft. Is made of is a learning disability يعني صعوبة التعليم affecting reading and writing. بتأثر على reading و writing. طبعا دي اللي هو الديسلكسيا. narrow has the same meaning of. كلمة narrow طبعا narrow معلش هي دي مش the same meaning. هي دي narrow is the opposite of. narrow is the opposite of. وطبعا هي narrow is the opposite of a of wide. You can make a noun from the verb swim by adding طبعا ing. To is to feel strongly about someone or something. يبقى دي ايه؟ to care about. when we were on holiday we went down a river it was great. يبقى we went down a river in a canoe. That the hotel room was very noisy so I was all night. يبقى طبعا كان دوشة فبالتالي كنت أنا صاحي. Like many young people Azza and her brothers really not the environment. يبقى طبعا really care about. Mazen's father doesn't know the way to the beach so he can follow our car. Complete the sentences with the correct form. Lama has her phone since 2 days. طبعا ما دام عندي فترة تبقى for 2 days. Mr. Sabri has been at this school in 2020. طبعا هتبقى since 2020 لأن وقت محدد. Hatem has lived in Alexandria since many years. هتبقى for many years. Last year طبعا ده بقى في الماضي. I visited هنحط لها طبعا EG لأنه فعل منتظم. She moved to the city 3 years. طبعا هنا في الباست يبقى 3 years ago not 4. Some of my friends has learned sign language. طبعا لو بيقول لي some of my friends يبقى have learn هتبقى learned. هانيا play tennis many times. طبعا ما دام many times يبقى هي ايه has played أو مش محدد امتى. It's Lara's birthday today and she ate a lot of cake. يبقى she has eaten يعني برضه مش محددة. I not read that book yet. طبعا عندي هنا yet يبقى عندي هنا نفي وطبعا I بتاخد have وطبعا yet من علامات البريزنت سمبل البريزنت بيرفكت المضارع التام يبقى haven't زائد التصريف الثالث لفعل read اللي هي برضو read. You ever be together طبعا هنا question عندي you يبقى هياخد verb have طبعا عشان question يبقى هنحطه ايه ever be هتاخد التصريف الثالث اللي هي be. Has she ever ride التصريف الثالث لride riding a horse. Has she ever ridden a horse. I have drank 2 cups of coffee يبقى I have drunk. Who has write the list of the new students طبعا هتبقى who has التصريف الثالث لwrite written. Have you ever make the cake برضه عندي have whoever يبقى عندي التصريف الثالث لmake اللي هي made. Watch a great film yesterday. I watch a great film yesterday يبقى هتبقى في الماضي I watch it. Hamid and his sister hasn't arrived just طبعا hasn't arrived yet عشان عندي نفي. May hasn't seen her father since she not be at the park طبعا since الجملة اللي بعدها بتبقى في الباست سيمبل الباست سيمبل من verb be اللي هي was عشان الفعل بتاعي she. Have you ever eaten Chinese food طبعا no I have. They have built this house in 1990 ما دام في in يبقى الجملة في الباست سيمبل مش في البريزنت بيرفكت يبقى هنا ما تنفعش have built هتبقى built فقط. I have lived in this house since I get married or since الجملة في الباست يبقى since I got married. She lived in Cairo طيب الجملة في الماضي يبقى هنا هتاخد in. بكده نكون خلصنا فيديو النهارده كده ده نهاية المراجعة اليونت نمبر 2 يونت نمبر 4 انتظرونا في الفيديو القادم هنراجع يونت نمبر 5 ويونت نمبر 6، وهنكمل مع بعض في المراجعه الاسئله الجديده. هناخد فيديو هنعمل فيه اهم الباراجرافات، وكمان السؤال بتاع القطعه اللي ناقصه كلمات. يا ريت نعمل لايك وشير للفيديو، ما ننساش نفعل الجرس على كلمه اول عشان يوصلنا التنبيهات بالفيديوهات اللي هننزلها الفتره الجايه باذن الله. Until we meet again, goodbye and good luck.